Hey everyone, welcome to tonight's recap of Dancing with the Stars.
Well, it's finally the semi-finalies. Guest judge Max.
A.k.a. Maxime, as in the
Smirkovsky.
former pro.
Yeah. Well, he's still a pro.
Well, I mean, he used to be on the show.
Yeah.
But he's not anymore.
So they opened the show with this weird masked female and male, but only the females had masks on, pro dance.
Yes.
What's the significance?
I
don't know.
It was a cool routine, though.
All right, so 2 dances each for the celebs and their pros this week.
They were doing the same song for both dances, but different styles, obviously.
And different interpretations of the song.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Why? I thought you meant dance styles.
No. So, let's just clarify that Max is guest judging, but all 3 of the other judges are there too, which means the total score, you could get up to a 40 for each dance.
It's really tight at that table. Just ask Bruno. He was all upon Max the entire time. I can't believe he didn't push him off the little podium there.
I don't know.
Let's talk about Leah and Tony first.
All right, they started things off with, well, let's just say their song was Bad Romance, and they started things off with a Paso Doble, which was the original version of the song.
Lady Gaga version. Horrific.
I don't know about horrific, but
I thought it was horrific.
it just seemed like not a Paso Doble. There wasn't enough energy behind
It was slow, it was weak, there wasn't much content, she almost wiped out, she
You can't
blamed
really
it on
blame
her
her
dress.
for tripping on the dress. Can you? I say no.
Whatever.
Well, they got a 32.
Alright. It is what it is. A gift.
All right, moving on to their Argentine tango. I don't know what was with her tonight. She just didn't seem to have the energy behind her dances because this
More energy! This is the top of the show.
this seemed a little anemic too.
Yes, a little.
But
He was a cello.
this version of the song was all strings, and it was actually really cool.
I loved it.
She had cello.
I love the music.
Shh. She had cello on the back of her costume.
She had a felt patch on the back of her costume to represent her being a cello.
So it was a cool interpretation, but she could have had
Tony was
more energy.
fantastic. He really was. He always is, though.
So they got a 33. They did a little better than their previous score, and a
1
65 for the night.
All right, let's get the taste out of our mouths now and move on to Corbin and Karina. And Karina, let's just say, was kissing Max's butt all night. And
He was kissing her butt
it back.
too. What the heck, man?
Mm.
Yeah, if you guys didn't know this before, they used to be engaged, but they're not anymore.
That was a few engagements ago. All right, so they had some fire song.
I don't know what that was, but it was intense.
Yeah, and Curly sang the second arrangement of that, which
Let's
was
talk
really
about
freaky.
the first one. They did a tango, and it was insane. It was like tango on overdrive.
It was freaking crazy. And the ballroom was totally on fire, too. The special effects that they did made it look like the whole place was up in flames. It was really cool.
I thought there was going to be a riot in the audience.
It was a little out of control, though, at times.
He did lose his frame a little bit. So, I mean, I thought Bruno was right with that. But Len hated it.
And when we say hated it, that means he gave it a little bit less than everybody else. Of course, he didn't score it like a 4 or whatever.
He
but
said it was too out of control for tango.
yeah, he said tango's supposed to have soft, hard, soft, hard.
That was Bruno voice, wasn't
right,
it?
yeah. So they only got a 35 for that.
I thought that was a little low.
Yeah, I thought so too. And then their second dance was a rumba, which was beautiful.
This was great.
It really was.
Carrie Ann needs to stop drooling over Corbin without a shirt, though.
It's a little obvious.
So, did you say they got a perfect score?
I didn't, but they did.
Yeah. So they got a
40 for that one.
75 for the night.
Not too shabby. Little light on the first score, but Jack and Cheryl were up next with Roxanne.
Yeah. So they started off with a jazz number, and during the montage before they danced, Jack revealed he wasn't feeling so good this week.
Yeah. I feel bad for him, but I mean, everybody's got something that they got to deal with.
I mean, his is pretty intense, though. He
It
is a
is.
mess.
It is.
So he fought through it, and it was okay. The first dance was okay.
It was a little sloppy, though. A little bit.
He's definitely more of a ballroom dancer. So when he's out of frame, he's like, what do I do with my arms?
Although, I mean, he did give a good performance. Maybe not technically, but he did give a good performance. 33 for that one. But then the Argentine tango, I was expecting it to fall apart because Argentine tango is a difficult dance.
Yeah.
Intensity-wise and technicality-wise and everything.
But I was pleasantly surprised.
It was surprisingly excellent. It really was.
It was. There were some 10s in there. They got a 38 for that dance.
Yeah. So that means they got a 71 total, which wasn't too shabby for the night.
Bill and Emma did not get a 71 total. Their song was Sexy and I Know It, and their first dance was a cha-cha.
Yeah.
But Bill was having some issues because he had an injury.
He had an ice pack on his wiener.
On his groin!
All right.
It's not the same.
So they had the cha-cha, and it was a hot mess.
He didn't know all the steps.
It was so bad, her confetti gun malfunctioned.
They shot these little confetti guns at the end, and hers did not go off at first. And then she tried again, and it, like, shot out. It looked like it was going to hit someone in the balcony, but...
It almost gave Tom Bergeron a heart attack.
I don't know.
I'm sure it gave him a case of the vipers.
Okay. Well, they got a 28 on their first
Which
dance.
was an extreme gift.
It was
Christmas
kind.
came early for them.
It was kind.
All right, their second dance, Argentine tango. Wow, there was a lot of Argentine tangos tonight.
Yeah, there was.
Better than ever expected. Ever.
Yeah, but I think part of that could have been creative choreography.
I think it was.
I think a lot of it was Emma dancing around him, kind of, so...
He was sitting a lot.
Yeah.
32
But he
for that.
did really well with what he was given.
He kept in character, which was important. He wasn't all sloppy about it.
Yeah.
And he did okay.
So they had a 60 for the night. Which brings us to the final couple who actually scored the highest of the evening, Amber and Derek, and their song was Locked Out of Heaven.
Yeah, it was a pretty freaky song.
You ever heard that song before?
No, I've heard it, but I never realized what the words were. All right,
Okay.
so they first did a jazz, and it was fantastic.
Now the idea
And
with this
fun.
choreography was to kind of take it easy on Amber's knees because she's had the injury for a while.
She's having some issues.
So there was a lot of hand and arm work, and it ended up being really cool.
It was really
with the
cool.
white gloves and everything, you could really see
Yeah.
everything.
So they got a 39. I'm shocked that Max gave
come
them a
on.
9. What the hell? Are you just jealous of Derek?
I don't know.
All right, so their second dance, Argentine tango? No. It was
Viennese waltz.
Yeah. I know you were expecting Argentine tango, but it wasn't. So their waltz was really, really good.
It was pretty. They
Yeah.
had a cool effect, too, in the beginning. There was, like, a sheet that was being...
Yes, I was still thinking, how
Whatever.
the heck did they do that without her dress going over her head?
I know.
I was like, oh no, what's going to happen here? But they really, literally pulled it off.
Yeah.
So it was really good.
They got a 40, perfect score. So that
means
gave them a 79 for the night.
So the bottom two, who are you expecting to go home? Amber and Derek? No. They actually got it right this week. Bill and Emma were in the bottom, along with Leah and Tony. And I knew it. Leah and Tony, it was finally their week because Bill is the Black Widow.
It really is. And it's so sad to see his face when he sees that he's safe because you want him to, like, celebrate and be happy about it. But you can tell that he feels really bad that he's still there and other people are leaving.
I feel bad for him. I really do.
I want
At
him to
first, I was
enjoy
like,
it.
he doesn't deserve to be here. But you know what? In retrospect, I really think he does deserve to be there. He's really trying. The fans are
So much of
behind
this
him.
show is about the fans.
Yeah.
And having a good fan base. So if they're voting for you to stay, you shouldn't be ashamed of it.
Yeah, but the reason why they're really voting for him is because he's inspirational.
He's a good guy.
He's every man. He's not some trained Corbin Blue, you know.
Don't be dogging on Corbin.
I'm just saying, he's every guy.
Okay.
All right, so I'm excited for the finale or the finals next week.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the finale.
No, I feel like it's 2 weeks, but I'm not sure. I'm going to have to check on that.
Or maybe 2 days.
I don't know. We'll find out.
Okay. So until next week, much
Love.
love.